Good morning. It's about 3 a.m. and I haven't slept since I recorded my video for last night, so that should tell you how the jet lag's going. On the plus side, I'm here for a wedding, and there's a choreographed dance experience at that wedding, so I've had some time to at least learn a little bit of that dance since I already feel woefully underprepared. If you've ever seen me try to dance, you'll know what I'm talking about. So today, the itinerary is pretty simple. I'm going to the Qutb Minar sort of temple monument complex in South New Delhi, and then after that I'm going to go meet some college friends, and we're going to go shopping to get me some Indian clothes. I have a very nice suit, American style, but I guess that's not going to cut it for an Indian dance. So here we go. Now I'll get my hands on some Indian clothes. But my plan for today is that simple: Qutb Minar, and then getting some nice clothes. So it might be a short video. Welcome to the Qutb Minar. When Muslim forces coming out of the north of India first came in and conquered the Delhi area, they tore down a complex of 20-something temples from the 400s AD and used it to build this complex, containing mosques, towers, attempted towers, and tons of graves. There's a lot of old Delhi Sultanate royalty buried out here. First things first, these are neem trees, which I'm told in Ayurvedic lore have a lot of medicinal effects. Apparently, they're pretty expensive to purchase pieces of in the US, but here, they just grow. So these columns are the remnants of a Hindu/Jain temple from the 4th century. The Muslim invaders left some of them standing, especially these that are very worn on the outside and were probably outdoors at the time. And they tore down other bits and used them to line things and to build their mosques and other structures. So if you look here, inlaid into the wall of this Islamic era structure, all those diamond symbols are from the Jain temple, and that is a heavily disrespected statue of Ganesha. Here are some tombs, and I kid you not, you can tell by the little nub which one belongs to the male and which to the female. I wish I was making that up. So part of this originally was part of the Hindu temple that was here, and as you can see by these columns, components of that temple still remain. But a lot of the figures, anything that would have had a face or important Hindu symbolism, has been completely removed. This is called India's first arch. So the arch I passed by earlier was India Gate. This one is a little bit older, and if you can see, I'm not sure how clear it is on the video, so let me get closer. There's a lot of scroll work along it. Meanwhile, this pillar dates from the Gupta Empire, back around the same time a lot of these temples were built. It's curious that it doesn't rust, even in the Delhi smog. Sort of a metallurgical miracle. And there it is, the Victory Tower itself. If it looks like it's at an angle, that's not an illusion. It turns out, very much like the Leaning Tower, subsistence of the ground beneath it has caused it to lean over to an 88-degree angle. So if you look up at it, you'll notice, first of all, it's built in stages. Now, the first stage was the original stage of the Victory Tower. The rest actually was built on by the son and grandson of the guy that built the first bit. Second, those balconies are not original. Those were actually added by the British. Nobody's explained to me why. I think they just got sick of peering out of tiny little holes in the tower. Unfortunately, due to various reasons involving people falling and COVID and just a lot of nonsense, I can't go inside, but maybe next time. Okay, they definitely stole this part from San Francisco. So the Victory Tower back there is 72 meters high and 14 meters wide at the base. There was an attempt, however, to double it. This is the Alai Minar, or the Unfinished Minar. It's named after Alauddin Khalji, who was the emperor that expanded the mosque over there to its final size. He wanted to build a correspondingly double-sized minaret, but unfortunately, the man died before he could finish it, so this is all we get. So you might be wondering why so much of this, despite being, you know, the realm of kings, is so badly damaged. And it turns out that there was actually a pretty bad earthquake that knocked down many of these arches, and while some were restored, many weren't. So a couple final thoughts. First off, this place feels definitely a lot less crowded than Old Delhi and the Red Fort, even though it is a holiday. Second, it is a shame that the you know, the Mamluks and eventually the Mughals and whatnot saw fit to destroy all of the Hindu temples in Delhi that predated them, because some of this stuff is really interesting archaeology and artwork, and I just wish that there were more of it standing. But, you know, probably have to visit other parts of India for that. Still very pleasant, even if the omnipresent haze makes it feel a little bit like I'm in a postcard. So that was the Qutb complex. So next, on to Gurugram, where I'm gonna go shopping. Taste of home. Good evening. It is 10 p.m. and I am so tired that I actually passed out in the cab on the way here. So I didn't manage to get any footage in Gurugram because the GoPro battery decided it was time to peter out right about the time I got there. So just a quick recap. I went to a mall, which felt a lot like an American mall, except all the brands were different. So a little taste of home, but a little different. I got a couple uniforms, I think they're called kurtas, for the wedding, which I'm sure will show up in a future video. And then finally I was able to catch up with some friends from college and go visit one of those friends' parents who I've heard about for years, but never actually managed to see in India. They came for her graduation, but it was definitely very fun to see their massive condo and to enjoy the spa slash coffee house slash restaurant club lifestyle that they live here. So yeah, it was really wonderful, and I'd love maybe someday to have that for myself back in America. So yeah, but I'm exhausted though. I'm so tired that I'm probably just going to lay down on this bed the moment I turn the camera off and pass out. Tomorrow, the plan is to visit several different religious buildings of different faiths, sort of a compare and contrast. But if I don't get to all of it because I'm so tired, you know what? I've already had a wonderful trip, so let's hope it just keeps on giving. All right, good night.